Hey everybody, Jake here from Bearded Gear, and I've got a quick box to open. I'm too excited about this one. I'm almost positive I know what's in this box. It's a little bit nondescript what's on here, but you'll know because it's going to be in the description. We'll see if I'm right or not. I think it's the Spyderco Pochi. And so, ever since they announced this knife, I shouldn't say ever since they announced it. They announced this knife, and I laughed and laughed and laughed. And then I showed it to my wife and daughter in pictures, and they both freaked out a little bit, like in a positive reaction sense. And yeah, this is totally what it is. And so my wife was like, "You have to get that knife." And I was like, I do have to get it because I want to review it and I want to make fun of it. So I actually ordered this from Knifejoy. Knifejoy is one of my favorite retailers. They're probably in my top 3. If I had to list my favorite retailers, I keep meaning to make a video about this, but I obviously all the time talk about River's Edge Cutlery. Love those guys. Knifejoy is fantastic. Cutlery Shop is fantastic. Who else? St. Nick's Knives is really good. There's a few good ones out there, but Knifejoy I go to quite a bit, and I find that I can source things there that other people are out of a lot of the time, and they tend to have really good inventory and usually some kind of different stuff, and they do like cool exclusives, and there's a lot of good stuff happening there. So Knifejoy is awesome, and I appreciate them getting me this. I actually reached out to my buddy over there because these were sold out everywhere. I hadn't pre-ordered one, and I missed that like first wave when dealers got just a couple. And so I messaged them and I was like, "Dude, do you have any left?" And he was like, "We don't." But then he messaged me back like a day later and was like, "Hey, someone who pre-ordered fell through, and so we've got one left." And so I was able to snag one from him, and I appreciate that. So Zach, thanks buddy. This is the Pochi, and it is the dumbest knife I've ever seen in photos. We'll see if it's dumb in person. I don't know what my plan is yet with this knife, but I know I want to review it. That's for sure. It, if you're unfamiliar, is designed to look like a dog. It is a new designer to Spyderco. They haven't done any exclusives or collaborations, or I should say collabs, not exclusives. They haven't collaborated with him before. I think he's a Japanese guy. I'm not positive. It looks like Japanese characters to me, but I am not an expert. So this knife is funny. It is teeny tiny. It is, I think, smaller, or as small at least, as the McBee. So real small little guy. You can see it's got this weird milling in the scales. It's titanium scales. This is a Taichung Spidey. And if you look at the clip, it literally has a paw print. I think you're supposed to say Pochi. That's how it's spelled, but maybe they're saying Poochie. I don't know. I'm calling it the Pochi. It's just it's an interesting little guy. So, tiny little knife, this big like collar that works as an over travel stop, it looks like. A blue anodized clip that matches with the tacky little girly paw print in it. And then it has this. This is a tail. And we're going to see if it adds any function to the knife, but let's see if it flips. Nope. Let's try it again. I've heard that without wrist, it doesn't really like to flip, and I'm getting that sense now. Maybe with some lube and stuff. It feels really quite gritty, if I'm being honest. Yeah, that's not going to... See if I can middle finger flick it. Nope. We're going to have to give that some more tries. But it's got this kind of clip point, like Bowie style blade. Maybe I'll call it the Bow Wow Bowie. It's a saber grind, and it is hollow. It's a little hollow grind, and it comes down to an edge. There's not much of an edge there, but as you can see, it's got quite the tip on it. It's really sharp. Goodness, that's sharp. CPM S45 VN blade steel. This is actually my personal first experience with S45 VN. What a way to kick that off. But it's really a 2-finger knife. So I'm getting 2 fingers in here. And then my fingers hang off. And supposedly the tail gives you a little extra to hold on to. I don't know about that. I don't feel any more secure because of the tail. But this is just, I mean, it literally has a tail to be a puppy. So this will be fun for some memes and some pictures. And I'm going to try carrying it. I'm going to try using it a little bit. It is a functional little frame lock. And I mean, like, the materials and the fit and finish are all relatively nice. That action is unacceptable. It's just not good. Why is there a flipper tab? It doesn't deploy. It might be over tightened. It might just need some lube. We'll see. I'll play with it, I guess. But that is the Pochi. It is just a tiny, weird, funky, seemingly pointless, very strange little knife. So I guess that'll be that. That is my unboxing of the Pochi. Thanks for checking it out with me, guys. We'll see as time progresses what we'll be doing here. I'll do a first impressions and a review, like always. And so be on the lookout for those if you're interested in these. I think dealers are starting to get more and more of these as well, so they should become pretty readily available here. But I don't know, maybe they'll be impossible to get because everyone needs to have a little Pochi in their life. I don't know. It is so stupid. This is the dumbest knife. Anyways, thanks guys. See you on the next one.